All right. So we're going to talk about a 2025 plan using AI. So we'll set clear goals and targets for 2025. Basically, you will be able to look at your own revenue numbers. If, as an example, if you're at $1 million in revenue today and you wish to double your revenue, or you want to add another $500,000, you'll be able to get clarity on how many leads you need and how you need to backtrack your calculations based on the cost per lead. And then I'm also going to talk to you about how you need to make sure that your hub converts. Your hub is basically your website, your Google presence, your review management, how all of that needs to convert. Because if you set yourself big goals and you don't have a hub that converts, you're not going to be able to hit those revenue dollars, or the big hopes and dreams that if you've set for yourself for 2025. We're also going to talk about how to use ChatGPT to generate and convert leads. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about prompting. Again, I have a very detailed workshop for ChatGPT, but I really want to give you some insight as to how you can take it and use it for your planning, and then how you can be set up for massive success for 2025 and beyond. Because if you look at the generic data from the National Association of Remodelers and the remodeling industry, the articles that are coming out, 2025 is trending for a spike in remodeling. And that is typical of, things that happen in the world, the political switches. And so it is going to be beneficial for the remodeling business. So I think you should dream big, set some good targets, chase it, and then readjust based on how things are working out. So before we dive in, I just want to share with you one of my client success stories. This is Carlos. He is based here in Walnut Creek, California. Homegrown business, came to us with no digital presence, did not have clarity as to what he could really do in terms of online marketing. We set him up with a Google business profile. You can go look him up, ingenious general construction ca.com, and launched all kinds of online presence, a digital footprint. And this is what we were able to generate for him in just 5 months, right? So when digital marketing is done right, it's really easy to grow that extra $500,000 or $1 million. And we are obsessive about the source of the lead, tracking what is working and what's not. And Facebook ads sometimes works fantastically in some markets, and in other markets it just completely fails. So it just depends on the geo, the zip codes that you're serving. And very quickly, we don't need to burn a lot of money when it comes to digital marketing. Very quickly we can tell whether the strategy is working or not. So if you look at what's actually working for Carlos, it's Facebook ads. And these are the estimates that we've generated for him. And he's actually been able to close pretty much 90% of these. So this is converting into income, right? So there's the revenue numbers that you come up with. And then, of course, the margins of how well you operate your business is going to determine what percent of the $386,000 you're going to put in the bank. But we were able to lead generate for him. These are the names of the leads that we generated. Call tracking is basically when the lead comes from a Google business profile. Facebook ads are, of course, you're paying Facebook money, but it's not simple to just get leads from Facebook, because you need to have a good offer. You need to have a really good creative. You need to have a good strategy. And in California, and I'd say even in Ohio, a lot of the East Coast, it works really well. And it's just a matter of, fine tuning the geo and the zip codes. And pretty soon we can tell whether Facebook is a good lead generation strategy or not. Direct traffic is when we've done adequate SEO and people are able to find the brand when they're searching for best kitchen remodeler near me, or best bathroom remodeler, best window service, right? Whatever people are searching for. So this is an example. It's a client success story that I wanted to quickly share with you. And then Signature Home Services, in 18 months, we were able to get them to 2.2 million in revenue. Very bold contractor, big hopes and dreams, 4-person sales team, wanted to put $10,000 into Google ads and $10,000 into Facebook ads. It just, we were able to just lock it down and hit the road running for him. And he had, of course, worked with other companies. And mainly what was happening was, because of the volume of leads that he needed, because of his large sales team, he did not have a good tracking system. So just generally spending a ton of money getting the leads, even if you're just simply buying leads from Angie's or Home Advisor, taking the leads and just dumping them into your inbox is not going to serve you. This is where today we can use automations in ChatGPT and really immediately follow up with the lead with text marketing and email marketing, because the reality is that we know how complicated the contracting business is. Nobody really has the time to immediately pick up the phone and follow up with that lead. But that is the level of expectation that people have today when it comes to remodeling, that they want to either speak to an office admin who can tell them when the next available appointment is. And what we are able to do with technology and automations today is we are able to have the lead have that experience of as though they're speaking directly to the contractor. Today, with technology, we are actually able to record the contractor's voice and introduce yourself as soon as the lead comes in and say, hey, this is Juan Carlos. I'm the general contractor of Ingenious. How are you? I'm delighted you're interested in doing business with me. Please click here to book time on my calendar. That kind of personalization really helps, because if you think about the remodeling business, it's a very personal business. You are in people's homes, their kitchens and bathrooms where they celebrate the birthdays and kids do homework, and right. And so the more we're able to personalize the experience of the lead once they come into your universe, the higher the quality of the lead, the better the conversion, the more money that you're able to make. So we were able to grow site traffic, double their business, and he was super pleased with the results that he got. He actually was an exterior contractor. Shane Paulson is the owner of Signature Home Services. He came to us wanting to open a kitchen and bathroom branch to his business because he was already well established as a roofer, windows, siding. And so we were able to launch the interior business for him. And so he became, a full service general contractor. So this is where the examples why I'm sharing with you is for you to ask yourself, what are the services you're offering today? Are you happy with those services? Are they the ideal collection of services that you have the team and the ability to offer? Or do you have the capacity to do more because you have the correct subcontractors or team that's waiting? Maybe you can do more backyards, maybe you can do more siding and windows, right? So this is where you can really dream and say, I would like to keep my current revenue, or I would like to add another $500,000 to my current revenue and add one more service because I have the capacity, right? So that's the way you should be looking at it when you're going into planning. And I wanted to share with you, the sources of these different leads that came in for Signature Home Services, because like I said, we track everything, the value of the estimate. This is from a Google business call. This is from Nextdoor. I don't know if you're familiar with Nextdoor. Nextdoor in some markets does really well. In Minnesota, people are just hanging out on Nextdoor and talking to each other, trying to find the world's best contractors. So in some markets, it works really well. We, of course, ran Facebook ads. Website form conversion is a direct byproduct of good SEO, because if your website is your hub and it should be converting. Direct traffic is, again, when people search. We install chat widgets on websites today. If you don't have a chat widget on your website, you're losing money. Look at that, $50,000 from the chat widget, because people want instant gratification. We're so used to having an iPhone, Android phone, whatever phone. You want to be able to message a business, book an appointment, and get stuff done. So again, Google My Business call. And database reactivation is, we don't just get you the leads, we consistently follow up with the leads. So this was a smaller project, but this was still leads that he had paid for from Facebook or Google, where we just chased the leads. And just this project would have paid for the cost of the ad spend. So we don't just get the lead and dump it into your inbox and forget about it. We chase the lead, we convert the lead into a booked estimate appointment. And if we have an open bucket of leads, we reactivate them with an offer to be sure that, because we know they're a homeowner, they raised their hand and gave us their contact information. So till they say shut up and go away or unsubscribe, we chase them so it converts into money for you. And what we're seeing with remodeling is that life happens, people get busy. So just because somebody came in and they did not convert into a client within 30 days, you can't really give up on them. They know they have a project, they know they need your help. That's why they came in and they shared their information. We are seeing conversions pretty much between the 90 to 120-day mark, and more sometimes for the bigger projects around the 6-month mark, right? Because you want to do the remodel, the kids, there's like SAT, mom gets sick, right? Life happens. So with remodeling, we don't give up on the leads forever, right? We just chase them. We keep making them an offer. And it's incredible when you activate your own database. So today, even if you have an open list of 100 or 200 people that have raised their hand and it has not become a project, and you give us the list, I'll be able to book an appointment for you and it's going to convert into immediate revenue for you, right? And that is the potential of email and text marketing, where we're able to consistently follow up with them and have a humanesque, right, conversation, where we're able to deploy bots and AI, as well as voice drops, which will be your recorded voice, where the lead has an experience of being able to speak to you or your team. And nobody needs to have a big team anymore, because the reality is, when you have an admin, they're going to work certain hours, they're not going to be available to answer the phone after certain hours. And again, one more thing that we've tracked heavily is that booked appointments, like people are booking appointments on a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon, right? So think about it. If somebody needs to spend $60,000 or $143,000 on a project, they can't be like speaking to you 9 to 5. They need to be gainfully employed to be able to pay the bills. And so we see a lot of appointments coming in because we are using automations to see when these appointments are being booked. They're happening on Friday evenings, Saturday mornings, Sunday afternoons, right? And this is the overall trend, because that's when people are like, okay, we need to get this done. Let's sit down, look at it. When can we meet with the contractor? And they're booking these appointments. So it's food for thought for you to see how you're running your business. If you're just planning to work 9 to 5, you're going to be losing out on a lot of the higher quality leads. Nordic Builders is one more of our contractors. Again, they came in, we were able to quickly in 3 months, $70,000. And so that is the power today of digital marketing. If you know exactly what you're comfortable spending, what your goals are, you're quickly going to be able to see a minimum of 3 to 5x returns on every dollar, provided you have a good hub, which is your website, and a clearly defined strategy, and you're able to deliver, right? Even though we get you those qualified leads, I have clients where the sales team is not able to deliver. They do the estimate, they don't turn in the estimate on time, they no show for estimates, right? So that is a piece that we cannot really help you with. Your operations needs to be dialed in, that when you have a homeowner that's raised their hand and booked time on your calendar, you need to be reliable, you need to call them. And if you're running late, we can help you with automations, but there should still be that human touch of where you follow up, so you don't leave money on the table. So Nordic Builders is, they do exterior work, a lot of roofing. So we were able to, again, they're in the Midwest. So we were able to, again, next door ads works for them. But it really doesn't take a lot to get those leads and hit your revenue targets, provided you have a plan in place. So a little bit about myself. If you've come to one of my previous workshops, you've probably heard me tell my story. I'm a mom to 2 boys. I live in Northern California. 12 years ago, I decided I didn't want to have a corporate job. I decided to start a business. And because of my 2 boys, I was playing with Lego all the time. So I started a children's summer camp business. It's called Brain Mind, still in business. I have a team. It's going to be offered in about 20 cities in the Bay Area. And the summer camp business is extremely competitive, right? There's so many companies, everybody wants a piece of the pie. And when I started the business, by year 3, I was able to hit $1 million in revenue. The reason why I was able to hit $1 million in revenue is because I was just like you guys, right? An entrepreneur with hopes and dreams. I wanted to scale a business. I didn't want to have a corporate job. Built my first website on Wix, learned everything there is about the Google algorithm, Google business. If you go look up Brainman, you're going to see there's going to be close to 100 reviews on Google and all over. So I built the website, wrote the curriculum, and then I said, now what? Like, how are people going to like find this? Like, this is ridiculous. I just need to go back to my corporate job. But pretty soon, once I did the digital marketing, it just works like clockwork. And those days, because this was 12 years ago, nobody was on Facebook. And so I have run $1 a day Facebook ads, $10 a day Facebook ads. And that's what, right? You got to be willing to experiment, because with digital marketing, there's so many avenues. There's your Google business profile, there's local services ads, there's Google guaranteed, Facebook, Google ads, Nextdoor, direct traffic. You got to play all of those. You don't need to do everything. Find those 3 to 5 things that get you your best results, and then keep at it. So today, because of having been in business and having worked really hard on the SEO for 12 years, I don't even spend a penny on marketing. I turn on summer camp registrations, my camps get sold out. I I have a huge email list during the off season when the kids are not in camp. People are coming to the website and voluntarily giving me their email address saying, I'm interested in hearing about the 2025 season when it opens. So I just do like an early bird season open and then the camps are sold out. That is the power of digital marketing. So through the process of growing this business, I used to network with a lot of the BNIs and the local business groups. And everywhere I went and I met people, they would always say, how did you scale your business from nothing? And the more I looked at it, it was digital marketing. And I would just start helping people that I was meeting at these networking meetings. And my process was working no matter what kind of business they were, HVAC contractor, yoga studio, beauty salon, right? So I'm like, it's just a permutation combination of finding that optimal number of things, doing it well, and then being comfortable in that spend, right? Because if you're stressing out about what you're spending in digital marketing, then you're not ready for it. So you should say 15% is what I have realized is a good value. If you want to scale by $500,000, you should be willing to put aside 15%. You won't need to spend 15% if they're well planned out campaigns. So I scaled this business, helped other business owners. And through the process of it, I realized that I was working with about 2 to 3 remodeling contractors just for fun, right? I was not even charging people because they were my friends in these networking group. What I realized was my skills were exactly transferable to remodeling contractors, because the way a parent searches for a summer camp, a high quality summer camp, is exactly the way a homeowner searches for a high quality remodeler within a 25 to 30-mile radius. The mom says, I don't want to drive too far. The homeowner says, I want a high quality remodeler who is well established in the neighborhood in a 30 to 50-mile radius. So my SEO tactics, the ad tactics were transferable, and I was having most fun generating results for remodeling contractors. And along the way, I also realized the power of Google. So I became a Grow with Google partner. Grow with Google partnership is kind of a tedious process where you apply and they welcome business owners that are interested. You could potentially become a Grow with Google partner. It's just tedious. You have to ask yourself why. At that point in time, I was so interested in learning about the Google algorithm that I became a Grow with Google partner. And today, what it's enabling me to do is any of my clients, my remodeling contractor clients, if you have map issues, your website is not ranking properly, I'm able to actually reach out to the Grow with Google partner team, which is headquartered here in Mountain View, California. And I have an insider connection where I'm able to fix things of how your profile is showing up on Grow with Google. So not only did I do that, I realized that I could really be helping other people out of the knowledge. So I'm not one of those digital marketers where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to start an agency. I have been in the trenches, burnt the money, made the money, helped. At one point, I think I've helped 17 different kinds of niches, right? People that were, like I said, HVAC contractor and exterior contractor. I've had a yoga studio, a really fun beauty salon in Los Altos, where I think they now have 400 reviews. I just set them up with a review collection plan. And that's all you need if you're a beauty salon and you're doing hair, right? And I realized that I was having most fun with remodeling contractors. And so I said, hey, why don't I do this? Why don't I go ahead and help remodeling contractors? And that's what set me down the path of, now I'm a member of the National Association of Remodelers. I actually serve on the committee of NARI Silicon Valley. I'm a member of the National Kitchen and Bathroom Association. These are fantastic organizations. If you're not a member yourself, it's worth it for you to consider becoming a member, because the liaisons, the connections, the caliber of other people in the remodeling industry that you will meet is fantastic. And so I am really committed to the remodeling niche because that's where I'm able to generate the best results, and my team is having the most fun. So I'm on a mission right now to help 100 remodeling contractors unbox your true potential using data-driven strategies, right? So I am obsessive about data. If you give me $1, I will exactly show you what the dollar gave you. Your return on ad spend, what happened to your ads, what happened to your spend, right? So through the process of not only helping various businesses, scaling my own summer camp business, and now my agency, I have come up with what I call a digital dominance method. It's very simple. Anybody that wants to digitally dominate can dominate today with a solid plan in place. At the hub, at the center of it is your website. You need to have a clarity as to who you are, who you serve. Are you kitchen bath ADU? Are you roofer? Are you window siding? have clarity, build a good website with good content, proper on-site SEO. It doesn't take a lot of money and time to like build a good website, right? You need a well-structured website. You need videos on it because Google loves videos. You need videos placed optimally on your website. Do that, right? Strong copy, on-page optimization, link building, citation, that all of this takes time. Don't need to spend a lot of money on SEO. I meet so many contractors who say, I spent $12,000 on SEO and nothing happened. SEO is three parts, right? There's the on-site SEO, there's the backlinks, and then there's the technical SEO, which is like the press releases and stuff. Once you understand it and you say, hey, I can only afford $1,000, we can take that $1,000, split it across the three buckets, and then actually show you movement. Best kitchen remodeler near me. What is the keyword you want to rank for? Best summer camp in Palo Alto, California. Best summer camp in Menlo Park, California, right? Set those goals, chase it. It's very easy to rank. Similarly, you must care about your Google Map presence, whether you like it or not. Google is the world's best search engine. YouTube is the second best search engine, both owned by the same company. Therefore, you should care about your map presence. Map presence is where are you ranking? How does your profile look? Is your profile claimed? Is it optimized? Are you posting routine content? Because Google doesn't care. Like Google's not saying, I like that business more than this business. It's a search algorithm, it's technology. The more relevant bits and pieces of pertinent information about your business you feed into the algorithm, the more it's going to remember you and say, oh, I know this person said that they have a $5,000 off a kitchen remodel and they are already, they have 50 reviews. Therefore, I'm going to show this person when somebody is searching for a kitchen remodeler, right? So that's how simple it is to win in the map game. If you have your profile clean and you're willing to spend a little bit of money, so there's three pieces to your map presence. There's your Google business profile, your local services ad account, and then PPC, right? You don't even need to go put money into PPC. That's the one thing that I see. People have not even optimized your Google business profile and become Google guaranteed. They're going and spending thousands of dollars on PPC. It's an entire ecosystem, right? Because it's all Google. So you want to do it in a sequence where that is when your return on ad spend is going to give you those high dollars. So get your map presence situated. You don't want to do anything else, right? You just do these two things. You will get you will get 2 leads a month just from this effort of having a well-built website, your Google map presence optimized. Then you go and you invest in AdWords. We also do Bing ads, we can do YouTube ads, right? We can do a bunch of ads. You can go and start putting money into paid ads and then paid online directories. This is where now you're investing in SEO, where you're taking your website and cataloging it in the World Wide Web. So no matter where people are searching from, you're going to show up. Then you can go do some Facebook and YouTube marketing. And then if you're doing any paper lead, if you're very ambitious and you want to be buying leads, there's networks that we can help you get connected to. You can do some serious social media advertising, put like what Carlos is doing with us. He's spending about $5,000 to $6,000 a month, but it's nothing. It's a drop in the ocean if you're able to take like $20,000 and convert it into $400,000 in 5 months, right? So then if you have a good standing with your current clients, we can help you launch a referral program, because referrals get you the highest quality leads. That's it, right? There's about 8 things that you can do. Find the 3 to 4 things that work well for your brand, rinse and repeat, put money into more of what's working for you, and stop the things that are not working. So do you need to be posting every day on social media? Do you need to be on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok? No. You want to have a well-established website, which is your hub, that can talk to maps. That in itself is going to get you leads. Put some money into Google Ads, get yourself entrenched in the World Wide Web. That's it. For some businesses, we just need to do that. Then if you say, hey, I'm ambitious, okay, let's go try some Facebook ads. Let's go try some Nextdoor ads. That's it. So anybody can digitally dominate. You should know what your service is. Who are you? Who you serve? What is your unique selling proposition? Why is your kitchen and bathroom remodel different? Why is your process cool? Give me a video. Show me a job site, right? Take a video of your job site. That's it. That's all homeowners want to see, that you're real, that there is a real human with hopes and dreams tied to the business, who has been vouched for by other 5 to 10 families that say it was a fantastic experience working with them. As a rule, I will not work with contractors if your Google business reviews are below 4.5. I can't really help you get the results and rank you, because that is an indicator of you not having solid operations, right? I cannot fix your operational issues. So I have a lot of contractors that are 3.8. There's something going on with your sales and your operations. So if you're not a 4.5 or the ability to be a 4.5 or above, don't engage in digital marketing, because it will only hurt you. You don't have your other systems in place. If you're busy, you'd like to schedule a session with me, you can simply go to growthplancall.com. If you want to hop off, I'm going to send you a recording, but I'd love for you to hang out with me. But that's how you can connect with me, through growthplancall.com. All right, so let's dive right in. I'm going to give you access to a workbook. I'm just going to take a little bit of time to walk you through how to use this workbook. So I'm going to give you the URL here in chat. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and make a copy of it. So when you open it, is everybody able to see the document? When you open it, it is going to say view only. So please make a copy of it, and then here, let me open it. Is everybody able to click on it? Are you having any issues? It's going to look like this. It's going to be your 2025 Remodeling Contractor Internet Marketing Plan. And I'm going to walk you through this, right? So you can go to File, and then you can make a copy of it. You can rename it. So you can make a copy. You just rename it with your brand. And then it's going to be saved on your drive. You can come back and take a look at it, right? So if we fail to plan, then we're planning to fail. So if you don't know what your goals are for this year, how many remodels do you need to do every month? What do you need to do to get your revenue numbers? You're not going to hit those revenue numbers because you don't have clarity. So the first thing we want to do is set clear goals and targets for the year. Realign in 90 days. If you've surpassed your goals, realign. And if you've not, what do you need to do to track to achieve those outcomes? Map out your plan. What's your budget? What are the channels? Are you going to do Google ads, local services ads, next door? What are you going to do? What is the comfortable budget, right? I'll tell you today, if you want to engage in digital marketing and you're not comfortable paying Google, okay, this is not paying a digital marketing agency, because my team has to be compensated for the work that we do to get you those leads. Forget about what you're going to compensate me. You have to be ready to pay Google a minimum of $50 a day, which is $1,500 a month. That is your baseline. If you're not comfortable just starting there, you're not ready for digital marketing. So your ads will not even show up on search, because some contractors come to me. Even Carlos came to me saying, oh, we're just like playing around with Google ads, but we're not getting any results because we're spending $200 a month. If you want to spend $200 a month on ads, you're not ready for digital marketing. Take that money and donate it to like a local baseball team or something, because your ad won't even show up on search. That's how competitive search is today. So if you really want to engage in digital marketing, at a minimum, you need to come in with an attitude of, I can afford to spend between $3,000 to $3,500 a month. If you take that and you multiply it by 12, in remodeling, what I'm looking at over and over with my clients is it translates to one project, 1 to 1.5 projects based on the value of your project, right? Because a kitchen or a bathroom remodel is about $30,000. Roof is way more. ADUs in California are $250,000. So that's what you need to ask yourself. Are you ready to take one project's worth of money and commit to it for a year? Because if you come in and say, I just want to try this for 30 days, 60 days, you're not ready for digital marketing. I have committed to digital marketing for 12 years with my summer camp business. I turn it on, it just works like a charm. But I was willing to do the due diligence and the work of writing it out, right? Carlos is going to just hit his revenue numbers and crush it because of all the work we did last year. That is the number one challenge when it comes to digital marketing, that it's going to feel like, oh my God, like what's happening with this money? It's not working out. You're going to see the benefit of it, which is why you need to step back and say, can I take one project's worth, which is about $30,000 to $35,000, and invest in my business? If you can, you're ready for digital marketing. If not, it's okay. You're going to stay a smaller contractor. Don't have a very high growth plan, because you're not going to be able to online lead generate, you're still going to rely on referrals and so forth. So what is your average monthly revenue today, right? Look at what amount of money that you made in 2024 divided by 12. What was your monthly revenue? How many projects were you able to complete per month? If you want to double your business, can you double the number of projects you ran last year per month? That's it. Have you stopped and tracked those numbers? What was the project value, right? If you want to double it and you're not charging enough, or your operations is poor, that your margins are not enough, right? Because I have contractors that start at 25 to 30% margins, but as the lead generation goes up, they do more projects, they get to 40% margins. It's possible to do 40% margins. Shane Paulson with Signature Home Services, seasoned contractor, was already at 40%, which is why we were able to get him to an extra 2 million in revenue, because he had the sales team, he had the processes in place. So what was the average project value last year? Were you happy with the project value? Is that what you want your project values to be at this year, right? Because sometimes you win when you say no. Just because somebody wants to do business with you and it's like a $7,000 project, they're not your people. It's okay, move on, right? That time saving will open up your mind and brain bandwidth to do bigger projects. So ask yourself, what is an average good project value for it, and stick to it, because there are enough people in the world. This is after all a world of 7.5 billion people. Your people are out there, they're going to find you. And then what was the average conversion after the estimate generation, right? We can generate those qualified leads and get you those booked appointments, but whether that booked appointment converts into a good estimate and that estimate becomes a project is in your hands. So how many estimates did you generate? How many of those converted to projects? If they did not convert to, a lot of them did not convert to projects. Why? Was it most cases what we're seeing is the timing of your estimate, right? You're not getting back to the homeowner fast enough, or we actually have an automation built out. After you go and have the estimate appointment, we message the homeowner and say, what did you think about the estimate appointment? Do you have any more questions? Have you received the estimate? The most common answer people give us is the estimate is incomplete. Hey, the homeowner is going to pay you. So if they think the estimate is incomplete, that is it. So immediately we notify the contractor and we say, hey, XYZ street, the homeowner thinks the estimate is incomplete because looks like maybe there were a few more things. Incomplete basically means there's opportunity for you to make more money. There were some things that they wanted to remodel that you did not hit on your estimate. Good problem to have. Quickly go update the estimate and give it back to them, right? So even the estimates that did not convert last year, it is worth it for you to make them an offer this year, which is something that we do, because not everybody that got estimates started a project. It's not like a plumbing leak or your AC is not working, right? It's not one of those, oh my God, I got to get it done today. If not, I can't live in my house kind of a service. Remodeling is a little bit more of a luxury, right? It is I really would like to be in a more beautiful, more comfortable space. And so you'd be surprised if you go back and you reach out to the people to whom you generated an estimate and you just say, hey, thinking about you, what happened to your project? Are you all done? Yes or no? And most people will be like, yes. Some other people will say, no, we still we couldn't figure it out. We still have these questions. Boom, get on a call. You're going to win that project because you already generated an estimate for them. Life happened for them. They didn't finish it. So these are all really easy, low-hanging fruit, not humanly possible to do with an admin and a phone call. You need to rely on technology. And the number of project advisors, like how many people did you have? Could you make more money if you just hired one other salesperson that you could duplicate yourself and they could sell for you, right? So project advisors and selling, what I'm seeing works really well is for businesses that are at least at 1 million or 1.5 million in revenue. If you're below that and you're trying to hire people to outsource and go sell for you, it really doesn't work, because you've not reached a point in your business life cycle to establish yourself as a brand. You need to sell enough to know who you are, who you serve, why you're cool. And that comes once you cross that 1.5 million sales cycle. And then typically when the contractor hires one more project advisor, we see some really positive results because there's processes in place. So what's an annual revenue for you? Where were you at last year? What do you want to finish the year at? What does that mean in terms of number of projects? Why are you settling for that number? Are you just dreaming less? Do you have the ability to like dream larger, right? Because sometimes our minds are our own limitations. So the first thing to do is to go look at what happened last year and then see where you want to be on December 31st, 2025. And this is where you can click on this sheet here and you can open up a little worksheet that I've built for you, that where you can plug in these numbers and you can play with it. So again, that sheet, you have to make a copy of it and make it yours. So we're going to go through the year-end target, what your goals are, and you're going to get clarity on what I call an accelerated growth model, right? Everybody needs to drive leads. Leads are of three kinds. Organic leads, which is people find you because you have a good established online presence. Paid leads, where you're feeling comfortable, you're putting money into digital marketing. Database is everybody, somebody that you generated an estimate for, somebody that you bought the lead but did not have a chance to follow up. They are all viable leads. That is your database. If it's 50, it's 100, it's 200, it's low hanging money. You can take that and put money into the bank from that. You need to have a really super fast way to communicate with these people and make them what I call an outrageous offer, right? These people raise their hand. You did not close on them. Make them an outrageous offer. They will bite. You're smart enough. You've done this long enough. You don't have to give them that outrageous offer. Adjust your margins, adjust your estimate. You still make the correct money that you need to make. And no matter what the source is, you need to have your good website. You need to have a plan in place for reputation. Minimum 2 reviews a month, 24 reviews a year. Can you do that? That itself will make your phone ring organically. That's the power of reputation today. It is the number one signal in Google when when Google's trying to showcase a brand in the map rankings. So if I have a contract that comes to me and says rank me on maps and has 7 reviews, I'll take you on, but you need to commit to being able to get those 2 reviews a month, right? And it's really easy to get those 2 reviews a month. You probably have a pocket of happy clients that did not yet write reviews. We can build out a follow-up email workflow, a text workflow, and get those reviews. But you will keep showing up on search if you're able to get those 2 reviews a month. If you can do one a week, Google will love you, right? Anytime somebody's searching, you're going to show up. You should be using automation, and then you should always care about your return on investment, right? As business owners, we must care about the return on investment. You should have clarity as to your average cost per lead, right? What is it that makes sense for you when it comes to, so today, roofing leads are the most expensive. They're about, all exterior leads are more expensive than interior leads. When I say exterior leads, kitchen, roofing, siding, window, right? Those leads will land anywhere between $100 to $150. But the fun of remodeling is that what is $150 to get a lead if the basic project value is $15,000, right? It's a drop in the ocean. So even then, there's value for you to know what your average cost per lead is, because that will, I'm going to show you how to calculate, and then the total spend of what you are comfortable spending on. So if you have opened up this sheet, please make a copy of it. And let's say you want to make an extra $500,000, right? For simplicity. And that means per month, you got to make an extra $42,000. What is your average lead value or your project value, right? So anywhere where it's white, you can type in. Where you don't see a formula, you can type in. So for simplicity, I just did, $15,000 is your base project value. How many estimate calls would be required to hit your monthly goal? You're going to need 3 estimates, because you go and you convert those three. 15,000 times 3 is $45,000. You have to do this month after month after month to hit your $500,000 extra revenue or $500,000 in revenue. If you want to have 3 converted projects, how many leads do you need? It's dependent on what your conversion rate is. If you go and you speak to a homeowner and they are your ideal client, can you convert them? Do you have your process down where you can convert them? So this is where you can play around. You can actually go and look at your exact data from last year and say, how many calls did we get? How many estimates did we do? How many became actual projects? This number is going to be anywhere from, I have contractors, like some roofers get 80% conversion, right? They are like the certified, bonded, like everything that you need, right? So this can be any as low as 20% to 80%. This is where your opportunity sits, because this is where you're going to fine tune your estimate generation, your follow-up process, right? And just using email and text marketing is going to help you. So for simplicity, if we say every other person you're going to convert, the number of leads needed per month to hit that target is 6. It's very easy with digital marketing to get 6 leads, right? And I have that mentality of very easy because my summer camp business in some years serves 3,000 children, right? That's the power of digital marketing when done right, because how much is a family willing to spend on a summer camp? So in remodeling, the beauty of it is that the project value is higher. So you can play around. I am at 500,000, or I am at $1 million, I want to add an extra $1 million, whatever your goals are, this calculator is going to tell you what you need to do. And this in itself will give you clarity as to where your opportunity sits. If you have only closed 10% of the leads that you got last year, then lead generation is not your problem. Closing is your problem. So just going and fine tuning and identifying where you're losing the opportunity in itself will help you hit those targets. And if you've maybe been, underbidding, maybe your quality of work is so good that you have 25 five-star reviews. Why can't this number be 25,000, right? So you can play around with it and you can set your goal. Then what you can do is you can set yourself budget allocations. So if you look at the second sheet, let's say you want $1 million projected revenue, you're very conservative, you're like, I really don't want to spend a lot of money, I'm scared, I only want to spend 5% of what I'm hoping to make on a marketing budget. Doesn't matter, right? We are all wired differently when it comes to taking our money and spending it, because marketing is a risk, but when done right, it can reap a ton of benefits for you. So, lowball it. If you're going to go any less than 5%, 15% will really help you get to your target. And after that, you can lower it, but you should stay in it, right? You have to keep doing digital marketing for 3 to 5 years. That's when you're going to reap the benefits of it. What happens is that I have like buyers wanting to buy my summer camp business because I have a 10,000 email list of Palo Alto, Menlo Park parents, like which are really affluent neighborhoods where my programs run. That is the value of digital marketing. Why do we build a business? Either to hand it off to our children, or I don't know whether our kids are going to be interested in doing what we do, but we want to exit it. When you exit it, you want to have value. That is the intangible value of digital marketing. If done right, your online presence, your reviews is really going to add value when you're done and tired and want to exit your business. So this is not just a 5% investment right now. It's really going to help you in the long run. So choose whatever number you feel comfortable with. I can tell you from my experience that if you go anything below 5%, you might as well not engage in it. So your marketing budget of $50,000, average monthly budget of $4,200. Now let's take the $4,200 and come up with a strategy. Online marketing, let's do 70%. Offline marketing, 20%. Repeat business, 10%, right? Once you break it down, you know what money you have. Now, this is where you can come in and say, what is it by month? What is online marketing? It's the ads. What is offline marketing? Your trucks, your signage. Are you going to home fairs, right? You don't want to just go to home fairs and have a truck. You want to have a trackable phone number on your truck. If you're putting a sign out there on the job site, you want to have a QR code or a unique trackable phone number where you know whether you printing that signage and putting it out there really got you even one call at the end of the year. Today with technology, think about how it works when you call an Uber or a Lyft. What happens? It says, okay, somebody accepted your ride. It's a white Toyota Corolla. It's coming down the road. It's turning here. Please cross the street, meet the driver. That is where the world is at today. We can track the heck out of everything. So our CRM is actually tied to the same technology that Lyft and Uber use for that kind of text marketing. So it's called Twilio is the company. We've integrated with Twilio because we really want to track everything. So you can buy 10 numbers for your brand, put one number on a sign, one number on your truck, one number on your website. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to clearly track what worked for you. You'd be surprised how well a truck does for you. A well, decal, show off your brand, that truck, and you take that photo that you have a truck and you put it on your local services ad account, your Google business profile. Google loves it. Why? Because, oh my God, this is a real business owner with the truck, with a decal, with a phone number on it. Anytime somebody's searching for this contractor, I'm going to show them. You're going to become best friends with the Google algorithm. It's a win-win, right? So you must dedicate a percent of your money to offline marketing. You are going around, and so if you want to like decal your truck and show it off, it's totally worth it. Signage is worth it. I have contractors that go to a lot of shows, kitchen and bathroom home shows. Again, you don't just go to the home show and like stand and talk to people. You have a QR code that goes to a landing page. You do a draw, right? We give away like a pizza oven. Give us your contact information and we will make a drawing before the day ends. So my team will collect all the emails coming in from scanning the QR code. We randomly pick a winner. The contractor's team is already there at the home show with the little backyard pizza oven. There's like so many cute ones. People love it. Take a photo with the homeowner, with the pizza oven, post it on social media. Tell them, hey, please share it. These kinds of things work really well. So you must be doing that kind of offline marketing. For Shane Paulson, the Signature Home Services, we went and partnered him with the local baseball team. We would just buy tickets for the local, very, very favorite baseball team, like a local favorite team, buy tickets, and we would just send messages to the homeowners saying, hey, we have tickets for the season, we're giving it away. All that you need to do is book an estimate appointment. Are you sitting on a remodeling project? We are going to give you 5 tickets or 6 tickets to the next game. It was amazing how well it worked, right? So we will just do some analysis of your geo and see if there's any offline marketing of the unusual thing that you can do to get those connections going. Take the logo of that local baseball team, put it on your website, link it to the baseball team's website, free backlink, SEO juice. Every parent that goes to the baseball team, you run an ad, they're going to be retargeted because they're going to see your brand. That is what SEO is, the nitty gritty details of how SEO works. So you must invest a little bit of money in offline marketing and then repeat business, right? Repeat business is valuable when people are able to refer you. Or one of the things that we do is, let's take the example of my client Carlos, right? He's finished a kitchen in February of 2024. We just add that client to a workflow, as we call it, an email marketing campaign, where exactly in February 2025, we send a message from Carlos saying, hey, homeowner, how is your kitchen? Thinking of you. Is everything okay? Just let me know how things are. Immediately, people write back. They love hearing from the contractor. And invariably, there's something, right? Oh, my faucet, or just some little thing. Send your guy, send one of your guys right over, fix it. If you know they drink wine, take a bottle of wine, give them a bottle of wine, fix that little thing. You're going to look like a superhero. Immediately, we hit them with a review request. They feel so wonderful. Oh my God, on my first anniversary of my kitchen remodel, my contractor not only thought about me, he sent this guy to like fix his whatever faucet issue that I had, gave me a bottle of wine. So we are able to double dip and get 2 reviews from the same homeowner, one at project completion, one at the end of the first year, right? So all of this is repeat business, referral business. You just need to have a plan in place. Is it possible for us to remember, put it on a calendar and follow up? No, we're able to build out an automation to do that. So then you can go ahead and say, hey, these are the best months for me seasonally. I've just taken the money here in this example and divided it across every month equally. You can play around with it and say, hey, March to October is the season. This is when I need to make a chunk of the money. January, February are slower months when people are coming out of holidays. Nobody's thinking about big remodeling projects. November, December going into the holidays, it slows down, although that's not true of all markets, right? So you can really visualize what you want to do, and this is where you're able to play with the numbers. So you've allocated it. We actually dig in and say, what are we putting into SEO? What are we putting into PPC? Are we going to like do retargeting ads? So we have granularity as to how much of this online marketing money that we are going to take and what are we going to do. Because at the end of the year, I want to report to you that I took $35,000 and converted that to $500,000 in revenue, right? $35,000, like I told you, is one remodeling project's value, right, for online marketing. So that's the way you need to start wrapping your head around digital marketing. Then what we can do is when you're running ads, we like to track everything based on the kind of project that you're doing, where the lead came from, what is the blended average of your lead cost, right? We are seeing some really $12 leads are coming in some markets for like kitchen and bathroom. $12, right? It really baffles my mind when I think that you can get a lead for $12 and convert them into a $25,000 project, right? So we really pay attention to, is it an addition? Is it an ADU? Is it a kitchen bathroom? Is it a roof? And what is the blended average? Are we sticking to the numbers? Because if the numbers are looking high, we go and we tweak the campaigns. We make sure that we get you your money's worth, because you're after all directly paying Google and Facebook if you're running ads. We're also tracking, what is the value of each of these projects for you? How can we take this cost per lead and get you more out of that money that you've spent, right? So we'll be having this conversation, like we meet with our clients every month, and we'll be tracking this, and we'll be letting you know where your cost per lead was, and you'll have clarity as to what that cost per lead converted for you. In order to do this, you need to have a simple marketing calendar, right? So you want to, in the onboarding, we'd say, what are your goals? What do you want to be known for? As the best general contractor, the best roofer, the best exterior contractor? And we are able to, you can tell us what service. We are able to go and run an analysis and make an informed decision as to what is really showing up, what is a high search volume keyword. Sometimes high search volume keywords you can't win in certain markets because it's so competitive that, and if you want to go in at a lower budget, go pick a few lower key volume keywords, which is still going to get you those leads, right? So it's a very fine scientific strategy where you're not just winging it because you think this is going to work. There's data today that we can go and grab for what keyword. Best remodeler near me is what you want to rank for. Let's focus on that for 90 days. Let's see how we do. In order to do that, we're going to do an email blast. We're going to post on social media, right? So this is where you're now going into the nitty-gritty granularity of what you're doing. And for SEO, you're going to write a blog, right? And if you're going to do a display ad or free design for a kitchen or a bathroom remodel, new year, new you, new kitchen, whatever, right? We can come up with an offer. And this is how you take a PPC campaign and really bring it to life through email and social and blogs and offers and retargeted ads. And so as an example, this was just an example that I pulled out of a hat for a custom builder in Chicago, wants to be ranked as best remodeler, also wants to do custom homes, also wants to do ADUs, home additions, room conversions. If these are your projects, this is it. Every 90 days, pick your keywords, run with it, see how your ranking changes. If this is really getting you good results and good quality leads, let's keep at it with the SEO efforts. Maybe we only get to hit 2 or 3 keywords for that 2025. That's still going to be valuable because you're not going to lose rankings once you establish it. And so this is where you need to have a strategy of what you're doing. And it fundamentally ties back to this digital dominance method that I told you about, right? It's very scientific if you do digital marketing, right? You just set your goals, take the money, put the money, but you can't just say, I'm doing. I always ask my contractors when they come to like a discovery call with me, what did they do for the SEO? I don't know. How can you not know? It is such a scientific process. What is SEO? Search engine optimization. You're optimizing your online presence to be for the search engine to know who you are, who you serve, why you're unique. Who are you? You want to be the best remodeler in Chicago, the best remodeler in Sacramento, California. No, I'm not a remodeler. I want to be known as a general contractor, right? That's it. Take that. That is SEO. So it really boils down. So if you've never built a plan like this, it's good for you to say, what do I want to be found for, known for, to be best friends with the Google algorithm? Then you can sit down and say, let's do email marketing specials. In remodeling, these specials work really well. People love those $5,000 off, $3,000 off, do have a complete bathroom remodel, and we'll give you a free vanity. Like, what's a vanity worth if you're able to get a full remodel? One of the things that was a really odd offer, which again we did for Signature Home Services, was Shane has a big carpenter team. And he said, creating anything in wood is so easy. Can you just make an offer of a cheese board? So we took the entire database and we said, book an estimate appointment and we'll give you a cheese board. And I was literally laughing when Shane proposed it. I'm like, really? People want a cheese board? I think we booked like some 8 appointments. People wanted that cheese board, right? So when the salesperson went, they went with the cheese board and then they gave them the estimate appointment. And it's so bizarre, like some of the things that work, but you don't know till you try it out. And so you really must be thinking about an offer that you can deliver on well, right? If you don't have a carpenter team, you can't really make a cheese board thing. You don't want to be going to a store and buying cheese board, like not worth it. What can you do? Can you do a free vanity? Can you do a free estimate? Can you do a free design? So many things. We've just tried and tested so many things, and I can give you like 50 ideas on what has worked, but ask yourself, right? Are you offering anything? Even if you're simply posting on social media, just don't post saying I'm the greatest. Give people a small offer, and that offer should be real. It's something that you should be able to deliver on. So this is it. If you're able to sit down, look at your 2024 data, write it down, and then set yourself a goal and say, what do I want my targets to be? How am I going to get there? And then if that is your goal, what percent of that are you willing to spend on marketing? And don't do digital marketing if you're not comfortable spending at least 5% of the extra revenue that you want to make or keep, right? Then the bigger the number, the easier it is to get you a higher return on ad spend. So play with this workbook because it's going to give you clarity as to um, what you're comfortable with. You're going to be asking yourself those questions saying, should I be engaging in offline marketing? What can I do differently this year? Because I can guarantee you, if you keep doing what you did last year, you're going to end this year with the same results. You got to switch it up. You got to get creative. You got to think up new things. You got to have clarity as to the mistakes that you made last year, the wins that you had last year. And that's what this exercise is going to help you achieve, right? So now, when you look at the different things that you need to do for yourself in terms of um, creating those plans. If you wanted to take your P&L, I don't know if you've ever done this, you can take your profit and loss statement from QuickBooks or whatever, you can put it into ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, where did I bleed my money? Where are my opportunities, right? That's how clever ChatGPT is. So once you get set your clear goals, like I walked you through, you can use ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you some key things about ChatGPT that works really well. Like I said, this is one of my favorite topics to like talk about because I love data. I like to run data-driven results. And so the number one problem, I don't know if you know, is unconverted leads. There are thousands of homeowners. Every homeowner will have a minimum of, 2 remodels in their lifetime. So think about the number of homes in the United States. There is enough people out there. Why are you not hitting your numbers? Because the number one problem is unconverted leads, right? And inbound leads get nobody calls them back. You don't follow up with them. Web forms are not built properly, right? Because I showed you can get direct traffic to your website and convert that to thousands of dollars, but there needs to be a strategy. What happens when somebody completes that form? Immediate follow-up, immediate automation. Chase that lead because they came to your website, they came home to your home page, and they raise their hand saying they want to do business with you. That lead is gold, right? And so if web forms don't convert, if people just complete forms and they don't hear from people for months, they're going to move on. So if you can just take the leads that are already coming into your universe and set a goal to like convert them, it's going to be easy because you must follow up leads within 15 minutes. And today what we are seeing is 7 touch points is when we are seeing conversions. I actually have a team member that vets every lead, that calls every lead, and we are able to see conversions in the 5th or the 7th call or 7th touch point. And we are seeing more and more consumers, clients, homeowners that are busy, that want to get stuff done through text, right? So if you're like, okay, I'm just going to be calling them, you're going to leave a message, they're going to leave a message, they're going to move on with somebody that enables them with an easy appointment calendar, booking option, book it, you show up, you do the estimate, you're going to win the business because they have a problem. And home remodeling is a big problem. They need you. They need you, the expert, to like fix it for them. So you must be leveraging, good web forms. Immediately should message them where upon completion of the form, you ask them for the phone number. Immediately they're going to get a text message saying, this is who we are. This is how we can help you. This is how you book an appointment. Automated. If they don't take an action, reach out to them 5 times. Let them be. If they don't respond after 5 times, follow up with them again in 30 days, right? So this kind of systems is what we can build out for you. And here's an example. Let's say you had 100 leads and your conversion rate is 30% because of no follow-up, and you have 30 jobs booked, and your average value of a project is $15,000, you're looking at $500,000, $450,000. But if your conversion rate is 70% out of those 100 leads by just rapid automated follow-up, right? Nothing's changed. The number of leads is the same. Why are you able to make more money? Because you're able to like follow up with them rapidly. Your project value is the same. 70 booked jobs. You're going to double your revenue. That's the power of being able to put automations and technology to work for you today. So if you lost clients last year, was it speed to lead? Was it estimate issues? It's worth it for you to go and analyze the estimates that you generated that did not become projects for you. And I'm going to quickly walk you through how you can use ChatGPT. Um, like I said, I have a complete workshop on, I can walk you through customer complaints, HR issues, social media content, YouTube video, anything you dream up as a remodeling contractor, project timelines. ChatGPT will just do anything for you. So if you've never used ChatGPT, the first thing to do is to just go to chat.openai.com, sign up for a free account. Today, a ChatGPT subscription is $20 a month. $20 a month. You can't get it. Is so valuable if used right. If you are able to task a team member to do things for you, it's the best $20 that you will spend, right? So it's an editor, it's not an author. What that means is crap in, crap out, right? It will take your information and it will spew out the correct results if you tell it what you're looking for. It is not intelligent with a brain on its own to write on its own. The beauty, though, is it remembers the previous responses. So what you want to do is, I call it, here I'll show you what it is called. So go to OpenAI, log in, sign in, create an account, have a free account. It's probably not going to have new data. Anyway, ChatGPT is only able to go back in time to 2023, but you will have probably the 3.0 version. If you pay for it, you get the 4.0 version. What that does is the speed of, how soon it generates data for you. So the basically, if you want to use ChatGPT well, it boils down to what I call the 5 Ps of the perfect prompt. This is something that I teach my team members. It's something that everybody should think about because AI is not magic. AI cannot take over our jobs. The human brain is brilliant. Remodeling is one business where AI cannot do jack. You guys are the brains behind the brand, brains behind the tiles and the calculations and the conversions and the timing, the estimate generation, the project, and aligning things. When the shower door comes, you got to like do 3 things before it. The plumbing should be ready, right? ChatGPT cannot do all that. ChatGPT can, however, help you with a lot of things, but it boils down to what I call the 5 Ps. The first one is persona. Persona is, who are you? I am a remodeling contractor based in Sacramento, California. These are the 5 things that I do. And my audience is a homeowner that lives in these 15 zip codes, that has a home that is this many square feet, has a median income. You know your ideal client. Take that information and first feed it into ChatGPT. The thread that you just type in, is typing in. It's like talking to a friend. Tell ChatGPT, I'm a remodeling contractor. These are the people that I want to serve. Then tell it, give it some context. What content are you trying to create? I want to build a YouTube channel this year. Therefore, I need, specific YouTube captions and videos that I'm going to generate. Or I have an unhappy client who is upset about a crew member walking in with like muddy shoes. I need to write a letter to them. Give it context, give it specific knowledge. Then you give it panache. Panache is basically, it's so fun. If you've never played with ChatGPT, you can say, sound like Seinfeld, or sound like anybody, a famous author like Shakespeare. Or you can introduce yourself and say, I am the owner. I am very proud of my business. These are my values. Every time you write, sound like me, because I want to communicate to my clients, to my social media, like me, who I am. So give it its panache, teach it who you are, or have some fun. Say, hey, behave like this, write some funny script for me. Whatever you tell it, it's going to do for you, right? So act as a well-established remodeling contractor with 50 reviews. I've been in business for 10 years. I'm a proud father. Tell the chat GPT who you are. Or say, I want to just have some fun, write like a comedian, name your favorite comedians, right? And then the prompt. The prompt has to be specific. You have to tell it exactly what you're writing for. What is the topic? What are you trying to solve for? What is the subject matter? And when it gives you the results, if the results don't look good, post prompt it. You have to tell it one more time. I need a little bit more clarity, a little bit more specificity on what you've spoken about with these few things. So let me show you one example. I know we're running out of time here. What are 20 things that a homeowner who's worried about remodeling and a remodeling project being up to their expectations might lay awake at night having anxiety about? What are some things that people worry about? Because if you can have a list of this: budget overruns, contractor reliability, quality of work, design choices, permits and regulations, unexpected issues, delays, disruptions, communication breakdown, changes in additions, material selection, which of these 20 things can you solve for your homeowner? Speak about it when you go on an estimate appointment. Are there things that you're not talking about that could help you win that lead, right? That is the power of it. So when you ask it a relevant, pertinent question, it will give you answers. You can take this. This is right here, your 20 blogs for the year. Address the fears of your client, what they are worried about, speak about it in a blog. Google loves it. If a homeowner goes and says, how can I stick to my budget with a remodeling? Boom, your blog will show up, right? So that's how you can use it. You can say, hey, rewrite these 20 issues that you gave me, making it more emotional. Talk about things this person wouldn't likely admit publicly. What is it that the homeowner won't admit publicly? Deep-seated dread of watching hard-earned savings drain away as the budget creeps higher and higher. You go in and say, if I commit to you to get this bathroom remodel done in $35,000, we are committed to it, and this is how we work, right? Go look at the design nightmares. What happens if things don't work out, like hidden horrors? Because this is what people associate with the remodeling industry. Go just introduce yourself to ChatGPT, describe who you are, give it a panache, play around with it, because it can give you any kind of data back. And like I said, I teach an entire workshop where I will teach you how to write letters, unhappy customers, happy customers, responses to reviews, how to deal with social media content, employee issues. If you want to write a letter, ChatGPT will do everything for you. You don't want it to sound very robotic, which is why you must always remember to teach it its persona, prepare it, give it its panache. Once you do those three things and you go back into the same thread and use it over and over, it's going to remember you. What can you do? You can have a separate thread per homeowner. Project A, bathroom, kitchen. This is the kind of homeowner. Any issues, I need to write them an email. ChatGPT will write it for you. It is going to save you so much administrative time, so much follow up. Homeowner, two dogs, 5-year-old, 7-year-old with a dog, live on the corner of whatever. This is the project. Write me an email. How can I say thank you to them for choosing me? So many things that you're not probably doing in customer service because maybe you're not a natural writer, maybe you don't have the time, you can solve for. And like I said, this is such a personal business. The more you can have communication sound like you, feel like you can take that spreadsheet that I gave you and tell ChatGPT, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to hit an extra $1 million. I want to do 5%. These are the things that I'm considering. What offers do you recommend? These are the offers that I've tried that didn't work. Analyze it for me. Good data in, good data out. Nonsense in, nonsense out, right? So if you prompt it properly, it's going to give you some fantastic results. So for the sake of time, like this is my entire workshop on how to use ChatGPT, and I'll be teaching it here pretty soon. So I do have a Facebook group for remodeling contractors. If you've not joined it, you can just go search for Remodeler Digital. You can join the group. I do like analytics audits and different things in there. So it's a fun group to be in there. If you're not in Facebook, you prefer to be on other social media, I am on Instagram, on TikTok. And then if you would like to connect with me, you can simply go to Growth Plan Call. I'm happy to just hang out for a few more minutes and take any questions. I hope you got value out of this workshop. I don't take it slightly when busy contractors, choose to hang out with me. I'm honored that you spent, this hour and 15 minutes with me. If there's any other questions I can answer for you, I'm happy to take it.